What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the playoff projections just released by FANGRAPHS and reposted by MLB on Twitter and Instagram. We're going to talk all about those and how accurate have those projections been in the past, because there are some that are a little iffy, but you know, with every playoff projection, there's going to be something a little iffy on it. We're also going to talk about Shohei Ohtani, what he's going to look like as a pitcher in 2021, and all sorts of other things. So let's get right into the video. Now, if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I want to say thank you for helping me hit 300 subscribers in just under 2 months. Y'all are crazy. I also stream on Twitch if you want to talk more about baseball while I'm live on Twitch. We talk about trade rumors, projections, things like that. Go in and bring up a conversation. If you want to have a conversation with some other people, a great place to do that is my Discord. That'll also be in the description as well. I also have a podcast where we talk all about these things. All right, now with that out of the way, let's get right into the video and talk about these playoff projections. Now, the first thing we're going to do is hop into these FANGRAPHS projections. Sorry, I can't say that word. Projections. Basically, the FANGRAPHS is a pretty reputable baseball website. They kind of go over analytics and things. They project stuff for future for 2021. So these are the 2021 chances or the odds that teams have to make the playoffs, with the Yankees obviously having a 90% chance to make the playoffs. So I don't know. When we're looking at the American League, the two things I take issue with immediately are the Rays being so much lower, like half as low as the damn Red Sox. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense to me. Also, the Orioles having a 0% chance to make the playoffs is kind of disrespectful. At least give them like a 0.3% chance. But realistically, I think that the Rays and the Red Sox should be very close to each other, and the Rays should probably be a little bit on top of them. Even though I think the Rays are going to come in behind the Red Sox, they're the Rays. They're going to figure something out. Luis Patino will be a Cy Young Award winner or something. Moving on to the Central, obviously the Chicago White Sox, I really think they should have maybe a 90% chance to make the playoffs. I really don't think that's too high on the White Sox. They have a great rotation. They have a great bullpen. They have a great lineup. There's really nothing flawed in their game. I guess defensively they could be a little bit better, but they definitely don't have a bad defense. I really don't know what they're seeing in this team, why it's at 60% while the Twins are at 65. Will the Twins make the playoffs? Probably. They definitely have a pretty good chance, but I don't think they have a better chance than the Chicago White Sox. And then realistically, looking at the AL West, I would honestly put like 50% chance for the Astros, the Angels, the A's, and the Mariners. Realistically, after the Mariners made some moves, who knows? They might even be in the mix. The AL West is going to be really bad next year, so I think that the A's, the Angels, should be on the same playing field. The Astros, I'd say, are a little bit the favorites just because they have probably the best lineup, and they have a decent rotation there. So I don't know. They did lose big key free agents, and then Justin Verlander's down next year with Tommy John surgery. So it is going to be a wild ride in the AL West. Not an exciting wild ride, more of like a who's going to suck the least kind of wild ride. So we're just going to have to see what that goes. Let's move over to the National League and talk about those ones real quick. Now, looking at the National League postseason odds, realistically speaking, I don't have much of a problem with the National League East. I honestly do think the Mets are the favorites to win this division. I think the Braves should probably have a little bit of a higher percentage, maybe 70th percentile. Realistically, this division's probably going to have 2 playoff teams, and the NL West will clearly have 2 playoff teams. Realistically speaking, though, the Phillies have a 100%. I actually saw this on Twitter. I'll show this on the screen. MLB didn't want us to post this. They posted this and then deleted it. So this is the Phillies' 4th place team chart. They have a very high percentage of chance of getting 4th place in that division. Now going into the National League Central, realistically speaking, I do think that the Cardinals are the favorites to win this division, but 36% seems a very low percentage of them making the playoffs. I think it should look more like the AL West did, with the Astros at like 70th percentile or so, and then maybe have the Brewers, Cubs, and Reds in that 20 to 30th percentile there. And then the Pirates at 0.4%. I guess that just shows you how bad the National League Central is and how good the American League East is, because the Orioles are so much better than the Pirates, but they give the Pirates a better chance of making the playoffs. And then the NL West seems perfect to me. Chef's kiss. That is beautiful. 96% for the Dodgers, 92% for the Padres. They're clearly going to make it. The Giants, then Diamondbacks, and Rockies. The Rockies have a 0.1% chance of making the playoffs. So realistically speaking, the Orioles have the worst chance of making the playoffs, and the Rockies have the second worst chance, I should say, of making the playoffs. So pretty crazy looking at that. So those are the postseason odds presented by FANGRAPHS. So let's look at what FANGRAPHS has projected in the past and what came to fruition with them. Now, how accurate are these projections? Well, what you're looking at now up on the screen, this is the 2019 playoff teams, and these are their percentages that were projected at the beginning of the year. So the lowest team to make the playoffs was 27.9% chance of making the playoffs, and the highest team to miss the playoffs that I didn't put a picture of here was the Cleveland Indians, that had a 94% chance of making the playoffs last year. All right, in 2019. So realistically speaking, do these projections mean anything? No. Are they somewhat accurate? It's hard to say. you know, you have teams like the Astros who are at 95%, the Yankees who are at 96%, Dodgers 89%, but then you have teams like the Brewers, the A's, the Tampa Bay Rays, all sorts of teams. So these projections don't realistically mean anything, but I guess they'd have a hint of accuracy to them, whatever. So yeah, realistically, these projections don't mean anything. It's just kind of opinion-based, so that's what I happen to think on these projections. Now, another thing I just saw, Joel Sherman just woke up this morning and decided to put his clown mask on when he goes on MLB Network to reveal his top 10 players in the game right now. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen here. Mookie Betts, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Fernando Tatis Jr., Jacob deGrom, Garrett Cole, Francisco Lindor, Freddie Freeman, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager. The reason I went so fast, because after the first two, you just have me laughing, and I'm not going to listen to the rest of your takes. Okay, people argue about Mookie Betts over Mike Trout, but realistically speaking, every year it's been like, is Miguel Cabrera or Mike Trout? Is it Bryce Harper or Mike Trout? Is it Mookie Betts or Mike Trout? Is it Christian Yelich or Mike Trout? Is it Cody Bellinger or Mike Trout? Every single year they compare somebody to Mike Trout, but Mike Trout still stays the same, and his career has only gotten better since 2012. So there's no, nothing tells us that he's gonna get worse. So Mookie, okay, I'll do a whole video on that one later. But Mookie Betts and Juan Soto above Mike Trout? You're gonna put Juan Soto above Mike Trout. I understand Juan Soto is probably going to be the best hitter in baseball in the next few years, but realistically speaking, Mike Trout's a 5-tool player. Juan Soto is a 1-tool player when it comes to hitting. Realistically speaking, I love Juan Soto. I'm super high on Juan Soto. He might be the best player in baseball in a few years, but realistically speaking, just putting him over Mike Trout, you're literally just trying to write an article or get somebody to get pissed off and make a YouTube video about it or something. I really don't know what the hell Juan Soto is doing above Mike Trout. The rest of his top 10 list is whatever. Fernando Tatis Jr. at 4, it's whatever. Jacob deGrom at 5, I agree with that. Cole at 6 is okay. Lindor at 7 is okay. Freddie Freeman at 8 is okay. Cody Bellinger, I probably wouldn't put 9. I probably wouldn't put Corey Seager 10. But realistically speaking, the only thing I'm mad about, why would you put Juan Soto ahead of Mike Trout? There is nothing, analytically speaking, that says that that is the case. Anyways, enough of a rant about that. Let's talk about my other jersey up here on the wall, Shohei Ohtani. Now, last but certainly not least, I did want to look at this real quick because everyone talks about Shohei Ohtani being a bust. He's the most overrated player on the Angels, all that, blah, blah, blah. And people are saying that he might not even pitch next year. I don't think that's the case. Look at this. This is Shohei Ohtani's 2018, Baseball Savant page. So anything in the red is good. He was in the 80th percentile in exit velocity, 82nd in hard hit percentage, 76th percentile in expected WOBA, 76th in expected ERA, expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, you name it. Fastball velocity was in the 94th percentile, so he was throwing absolute gas. His whip percentage was ridiculous, so he was striking a ton of people out. His spin rates weren't that great, but I don't know. I think last year he just wasn't healthy. He wasn't ready to go. They were trying to rush him back. He really wasn't out that long for a Tommy John surgery. So I think with this finally getting back to having an off season, having pitchers and catchers report, and having some work time. Obviously, the Angels don't really have a pitching coach this year, so that's kind of weird. But at the end of the day, I do think he's going to come out and pitch next year. Is he going to look like this again? I am not 100% sure. But at the end of the day, he should be a formidable pitcher in the whether he's in the rotation, whether he's in the bullpen, if he pitches 150 innings, if he pitches 50 innings. I don't really know what we're going to expect from Shohei in 2021, but realistically speaking, I do have faith that he's going to come back and pitch well. And then obviously he's got insane power at the plate. So he's pretty young. If he could just get his eye a little bit better, maybe take a few more pitches, I don't know. You just got to improve a little bit. The potential is still there, and I'm still very much high on Shohei Ohtani, which is why I have his jersey, my favorite player on the Angels, and I think we're going to see some cool stuff from him. Even if it's not this year, we're going to see a little bit, and then in the future, he's going to be amazing. So that is going to do it for us here today. So thank you guys for watching so much. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content. Leave a like on this video, and comment what you think about these projections, what you think of that top 10 list I showed you, and if you think Shohei Ohtani is going to be good next year. Love talking baseball in the comments with you guys whenever I can. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one.